welcome back everyone to a Scouts of Entertainment Napoleon Total War 3 4v4 battle replay today at France 09 map. Today's replay is posted to me on my Discord by Jonathan A. the Elder. I think maybe he's Johnny the Bouffon. His allies I think are Paranoid, Nash22 and SniperSmithuk. Their opponents today are Fork number 2, Flux Bus, Opium Fields and Erich.Hartmman. Or Erich.Hartmman, because there's two M's there in that one. Now if you guys want to see your own Napoleon Total War 3 replay featured here on this channel, you can post them to me directly via my email at scoutsomentertainment@gmail.com. You can post them to me directly onto Discord via my Discord ID, direct message. Or you can join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post your Total War replay into the Battle Replay sub-channel on the Discord. Or you can post replays as usual on the Napoleon Total 3 Discord and simply tag me in the replay that you want to see featured here on this channel as well. I also have various funding options if you'd like to support my work in the video description below. But if you want to help out the YouTube algorithm and other ways, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe of course if you haven't already, tick that bell for notifications, and make sure you leave a comment as it does greatly support the channel, and I enjoy reading them. And with that, let's go through the factions today of the red team. So, we have Espagne 1808-1810. Next player is United Kingdom Peninsular. There's more Peninsular forces there in front of him. We have Preuisen 1813-1815. And we have another United Kingdom army, but this time it's 1812 US of A. Okay, the points on the field today looks to be maybe 2 2-pointers and 3 1-pointers. Most of the points are in the red team's territory, so already they got the advantage and taking the lead in points. Now we can see obviously the blue team faction is coming to view. We have Denmark over here. Next we have Polska, and we have France 1796 Italy, or Italia. We have France 1807 Espagne as well. Okay, those are the players, those are the factions, those are the teams. You know, we've got a wide open plain here for battle today. Very little trees should get in the way of combat. Of course, if cavalry is going to engage, they probably need to stay out of the forests. So, you know, they're probably going to be fighting in almost like natural boxes, so to speak. Although there'll be no retreat, I reckon, for the red team once they pass this tree line. It's easy for the blue team, if they come through this way, to retreat their forces through the gap. Trees here could cause some issues for them if they try to attack here on either side of this little box. It seems like this is the best spot for battle, I reckon, for the blue team. And, well, best spot for battle for the red team, probably over here. But then again, so for the blue team as well, because there's absolutely no vegetation. But actually, there's a red line here, so you can't go any further than that. Originally, I didn't see that. Now you've got United Kingdom here approaching the French forces, getting in dangerously close. We got here some 18th King Irish Hussars, but the infantry is close behind them. Can these units form square? They indeed can. And probably should. We've got a lot of King German Legion there, a couple of units. 76th Foot, the Old Immortals. The name rings a bell. Don't know if this unit costs over $1,000 or not. I thought it was one of the more expensive units in England's arsenal. But obviously apologies if I'm wrong on that. Haven't seen any artillery as of yet. Let's go have a look at the army here. This is cavalry, infantry forces. Not seeing any artillery pieces here, or sections, or batteries, or brigades. There you go, Grace. I'm getting better with it. Remembering to sort of state the distinction between the various types of artillery. All right, here we go. Now, would you call this one a brigade, or would you call it a battery? We'll go 2 batteries. I think it's like 4 artillery pieces that makes it well, 2 sets of 4. I thought it made it a brigade. Should just research that, make sure. Probably would do that after this. We've got a 3-pounder here, 2 3-pounder cannons. Pretty effective, obviously, against enemy infantry and cavalry. Not so much against buildings. Will take some time to destroy a building with 3-pounders. England's set up around the house here, so that they're guarding their points in their territory. Now, what's unlucky here for the blue team is that it really sort of forces the blue team's hand to move forward and attack. Red team can just sit here at their leisure and just wait for the enemy team to come to them because they have to. By lock standards, red team's in the lead. And what's interesting is there's no timer on this battle, so maybe there is well, an endless battle. So hopefully we have resolution. I'm not sure why there isn't a timer. Usually there always is a timer. But not on this fight, it isn't. Okay guys, it looks like Spain's going in for a charge. They're going after some sort of target anyway. Okay, Okay, they're going after the enemy's artillery. And this is a suicide charge. They weren't coming back from this. They were fully committed.
Our men are running.
No units here broke. They've scared off the artillery though, so in a sense they've cemented the position of this artillery crew. They're not going anywhere anymore. They can't move around. The horses are running away. Now, crew's walking, eager, taking some casualties, but are still in the fight. And that's what they ran to. So they killed 9 of them. So, you know, silver lining there. They didn't destroy the artillery piece, but they did cement its position. So France can move it into a better one later on. So if they want to render that artillery piece useless, England should probably just march towards their allies in the centre and sort of force the fight over here. Possibly on the other side here of this crest, so that artillery can basically never touch them at all, no matter how many times they fire in this direction. Because they'll just bounce off the hill. Or hit the hill. Now we've got Denmark here just sort of moving forward, inching their way forwards. France also just eyeing their target. England taking no chances here. Putting a unit either side that can form a square. It doesn't... I don't think when they form a square though, the square will cover any part of the artillery crew. So, you know. It's an intimidating formation, but maybe that's just the idea. Okay, Denmark got too close and Prussia's charged in. And it's caught the Denmark cavalry. Denmark dragoons here trying to get away. Prussia pursuing. It's a little bit strange that Prussia's catching up to them so easily. Denmark artillery firing into the Prussian cavalry, maybe. I don't know, but Denmark has moved up quite a bit. Looks like they had a small engagement on the other side here between France and England, also maybe Spain. You see here England moving up, we see Spain moving up with some cav. We're seeing a combined here Polska and France cav in the area. Polska's army here we now see in the distance, in the green square. And it looks like England's charging into them. I don't know what England's actually trying to do here. This is saying France Hussars. We got British 14th Light Dragoons. I don't know what was going on there. That was just weird. Denmark trying to move some small cavalry units forward here through the gaps of the Prussian lines, trying to get the enemy artillery, but every time they try, it always ends in failure. He's got to rethink his approach here. He's got to stop doing that. He's just losing men at this point. He's made many attempts here to try and get that unit into the enemy's artillery, both Preuisen's and England's. And so far, no dice. Now what's even stranger is that he's left his cavalry unit, and France also left their cavalry unit in full view here of the 9-pounder artillery firing on them right here. They lost 5 cavalry there in that one volley, I think, alone. The skirmishes here, it looks like the Jaegers are trying to hit the artillery crew, but you know, good luck to them destroying that crew in a hurry. Okay, then 94 here. Men falling relatively quickly. England charging forth. French cavalry, the cavaliers here are close. Denmark's hussars also nearby. Okay, England's gone all in. He's committed. Too late though. Again, we just got these light skirmishes here between the two teams, between both sides. So far guys, none of these small engagements have been the catalyst for a massive engagement as of yet. Both teams sort of reserving their energy, keeping the bulk of their armies mostly at bay from each other. Looks like we've got France though, starting us off, along with... Geez, who's that in there? United Kingdom Peninsular Skirmish Company. France has moved up some chasseurs. We've got some troops in the house here. but there are no units here guarding the entrance here to the house. The two massive archways troops can run through. You'd think boys want to place a unit right here so they can fire into the troops trying to go inside the house. But no, they're not. These King German Legion are going to die, but their purpose is to delay the enemy. Poison artillery is taking a small beating to their morale. Looks like Prussia here is sending in a unit in the house. Thought I might try just to bayonet charge the unit trying to go in the house, but they haven't brought any reinforcements over here up yet either. Which is interesting. Polska also sending in cavalry to knock out the enemy's artillery. Polska destroying the entire unit. And he successfully saved it as well. France here has broken Prussia and has taken the house. The red team could have done so much more to protect their house than they actually did. Now you got Prussian artillery here. About to fire point blank into the enemy. Looks like they're trying to find cluster shot. Doesn't appear to be that effective. I think a cannonball into these three units would be a good idea. Crews on the fire, 4 dead. Okay, our first red team general has fallen. Paranoid is gone. Assassinated by the Polska force that took out the poison artillery earlier. Yes, that's a double loss there. First he lost his artillery, then his general. Prussia is not having a good day today. With the loss of the general, it's going to be much harder for Prussia to hold this position. Looks like the artillery though is starting to puncture holes through some of these units at least. So that's a positive. Here we go. Let's have a look. We're still firing cluster shot. We're trying to lumber up. Now trying to bayonet charge the artillery crew. Crew's running away. France moving in. We have 2 Prussian units here, or just the 1? We got heavy Prussian cavalry coming in. That's forcing France to rethink that bayonet approach. They're going to fall back to the firing line though, and these troops are still in trouble. They're still exposed. It's a small victory, but they're about to get hit hard. Okay, Prussia's going to try and fall back maybe to France. So, you know, this is strange. I actually thought the red team will want to stay just ahead of the tree line, like they did over here, but no. Denmark, though, keeping his distance. He's not going in just yet. Polska's staying away from the tree line where most of England's forces appear to be. And Prussia is retreating. Most of his army's over here. So he took a few hits there for Spain. We've got some Spanish cavalry deep in enemy territory. Oh, they're going to try and go after the general. It's possible. But this is the fastest cav in the game. They should be able to outrun any enemy in pursuit. Don't run through the trees. Go after the general if you can. No, general's getting away. He knows what's coming. He's got into safety. Spain ain't going anywhere near him. They're going after the artillery crew. Forces down to 21. Cavalry wavering and broken. Didn't succeed in killing that unit. The tree line saved them. Trees slowed the cav straight down. Polska's hammering England right here. Jeez. What the hell happened here? Polska went in for a bayonet charge, it would seem. We've got a whole dead cavalry unit here. We've got the 42nd Royal Highlanders. Got to get their asses back into the fight. There might be... I don't know if they're going to try and finish off that unit or not, or head back to the battle.
Our men are running, sir.
That unit could come back. Just under 50% strength. England appears to be winning this gun battle though. Taking a couple hits there as they retreat. England has a few units over here for some reason. Might be thinking about taking that one pointer. It's an odd thing to do with 3 units. But if England can handle Polska as is without those men, then he can do it. Looks like Polska's going to lumber up their artillery and get it out of there. Now England can't really move too much further forward here. He's opening himself up to be outflanked by the French. Now luckily for England, as he's advancing, Spain has decided to move forward. Does sort of protect England's left flank to a degree. How far will England pursue Polska, I wonder? Now Denmark has been allowing England to just shoot at him, almost point blank to his heart's content. Oh jeez, he killed some of his own troops. Most of them getting back up. Good on them. In reality, of course, they'd be dead. We had a cav engagement over here, but the outcome never really looked in doubt. I always thought the red team would win this one. Could be eating my own words here in a second. It looked positive before, but the French cavalry, the cavalieri, heavy cav, seems to have taken the upper hand here. England's morale, Canadian light dragoons, well, they're handling themselves, but against heavy cav. Yep, okay, so outcome was in doubt. I read that completely wrong. Well done to the French player. Yes. It looked like England and Prussia had him there, at least for a second. We got some Creek warriors, the Red Sticks. Those are good shooters. England's not firing.
Yes, sir.
They have to be in range. Denmark's firing. Meanwhile, things seem to be really heating up here between Spain and England. They're moving on French and Polska right now. It's like they're forcing France to really just bulk up around this house. These forces are very bunched up. They look very out of position. I think France is in serious danger of getting blown away here. Is he seriously going to do a bayonet charge? Oh, this is going to be epic. If they fire. Better hurry up and fire. Says they're firing. Here we go. Now Spain lines here holds. You'll be able to shoot that massive Russian horde, sorry, French horde. Because I did a Russian horde video a long time ago. That's where that came from. We've still got 3 Spanish units here, firing into the flank of all the French forces here. Okay, there's now 2 units here firing on these guys. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The Spanish hordes here looks solid. Spanish gunners continue to fire point blank into their enemy. This was a massive gamble here from the French, and it looks like it's really wrecked him. I mean, Spain would be loving this. He was given the opportunity to annihilate the French, and that's exactly what he's done. And as soon as the Spanish here are done with the French, they can move on Polska. We've got some French reinforcements coming up, 4 units, but they're heavily outnumbered by the rest of the Spanish army. 87 broke, but they'll get those back. What? Spain withdrew? I thought he had France. Really did. Spain had large numbers here break on him. And Spain's trying to reorganize their line here. It's like 4 on 1 here. There you go. It's a little bit surprising this unit's doing so well. Especially at this range. Spain's probably going to kill more of this unit than the French did. Just because they're in the way. Okay, they halted their fire there. That's something.
Our men are running for it.
Okay, Spain seems to have cleared the French forces out of the area. Prussia here looks like he's been driven back somewhat. England's moved to have his little isolated engagement here with Denmark. This unit over here seems to be a bit out of place. Just move him around. Move him around, line him up. Outflank him. We've got the numbers. Use them. They've also got the artillery firing into the Denmark left flank there. See, it's all going England's way over here. He's just not applying a lot of pressure right now for some reason. He's just sort of holding back almost. He doesn't need to. There's no real threat to the area that stops him moving forward that I can see at the moment. Three out of 6 units here can form a square. They should mostly protect the line from a potential cav charge. So, real thought went into that. We've got more troops moving up now. I don't think he needs to move on this side here because it really puts him in danger of the Denmark artillery. He can just sort of focus his attention over here and use Denmark's own men as a shield against the Denmark artillery on the hill there. The closer he moves, the harder it would be for the artillery to prove to fire towards the English forces over here without hitting their own troops. Generals just coming over here to sort of boost morale of the troops, keep them in the fight a little bit longer. Now Spain. Spain has got to pursue and destroy. He's also got 2 French units over here now. I think, you know, he can peel off 5 units here to do the job. Send them after the French. Try and get this Prussian unit here to move in over here to stop their retreat. Maybe try and force them back to the house. And if Spain does move these 5 units here towards this direction, like in this direction here, they can shoot at France as he retreats, killing them, potentially breaking them, destroying these 2 units, getting them out of the battle. Then he can turn his full attention here to remaining French forces and Polska's forces as well. It looks like Polska and France might be thinking about joining their allies here to the south. Looks like that's where Polska's heading, and we should see France react to that soon. Now, if Spain would just kick into high gear here and charge and run before France decides to retreat, they can fire at the forces as they retreat through the tree line, because their progress through that will be slow, buying Spain more time to hit them in the back as they retreat. But they got to get there. Okay, so these guys here slowly dying. So we've got a couple of Prussian units here. Oh, they did peel them off after all. He's peeled off 6. That's probably overkill. Yeah, I don't like the angle here. See, he's retreating. He's retreating right back to where I thought he would go. Spain should have tried to keep those 2 units running towards the tree line here. They could shoot through the trees as the French units retreat. Thought he might do that. From this angle, it's enabled France to get away, I reckon. They're eager, and they're walking. A couple of casualties there, but nothing serious. Okay, how's Prussian England going over here? Denmark looks like he's in a bit of trouble. We got England, USA, and Prussia surrounding the Denmark forces. Now this is a bit bold. Not bad. At that range I expected at least 5 or 6 to fall. And they got lucky. It's a 3-pounder. Look, after the next volley here, England probably needs to send these units forward. Maybe try and send 1 unit here to bayonet charge this unit. And as the 2 Denmark units infantry try to converge on them, he moves up the other 2 units with these guys, but doesn't bayonet charge these 2 units here. These guys here shoot at the flanks of this unit as it's being surrounded. Might be able to knock out the artillery and 2 Denmark units in one blow with that maneuver. He's got a time to charge. Now would be the time for him to charge forth. The second artillery piece is now fired. They've got to reload. That buys them at least 20 seconds. That's more than enough time to cover the ground. England's taking a beating over there. They've got to do something about that artillery. Polska's in danger of being wiped out. Units wavering. We have, is that Prussian cavalry? Prussian cavalry holding Polska's retreat. They've turned around to fire at England as they've approached. But Polska is being folded up here. And they need Polska's, they needed Polska's cavalry to stay in the fight. They could have destroyed those retreating forces. Made certain they wouldn't return. That unit of 88 we should see come back. There's a Polska cav unit there. Okay, Polska for the most part has been obliterated. Now, what England probably needs to do here... Yeah, I think if he marches his forces here through the trees, but keeps a couple on this side here just to cover off the escape. They can send more units around here with Spain, and then they just converge from all sides. France will have nowhere to go. Then they own them. We've got a small isolated battle over here between some 38th Foot, the Staffordshire, and some Legion reserves. England winning that fight, it would seem. Polska's still in the game. Got one unit down there. We have one unit that reformed, but then broke again. That's annoying when that happens. Spain here is withdrawing his forces. Why is he doing that? That was dumb. No offense to Spain, of course, but I think that's really silly. They had France covered. I thought they were sort of creating a perimeter around France and move in, just choke the life out of his army. Sorry for calling you dumb, but I just feel like by moving those forces, you've allowed France to escape. I do want to know what made you do that. Like, why were you doing that? There's no reason for you to draw the army back there. There's nothing there. Okay, looks like Prussia and England have finished off Denmark's forces. These units here have reformed. We've got blue team's forces here scattered all over the map. You gotta be wondering what the French player is thinking at this point. Like, how can he maximize his kills? His perimeter is just slowly being eroded at this point. He's just really sort of buying time, prolonging the inevitable. And the Spanish withdrawal there has definitely prolonged this engagement. Like, if this was a trap, then awesome. But because we can see France trying to retreat right now. I just don't know why the Spanish units aren't moving up. So yeah, if the Spanish player can just put in the comment as to why he kept these forces at bay, like what was their purpose for being stationed here and not being sent into the battle. Got some hussars here, Prussian hussars. He's got to stay out of the tree line. Yeah, he wants to take out the artillery.
Our men are running.
Spain's moving in. So, the remnants of the Denmark army has reformed. And they've fallen back to the stakes that they set up. Prussia here has some cavalry moving around the line. Probably will try a flanking maneuver once the rest of the England and Prussian forces have engaged the infantry of England. Sorry, Denmark. Well, they're just going to charge him right now. Prussian dragoons. None of these units here can form square. Cavalry should just charge in and finish him off, and that's exactly what he's doing. It's good to see, taking the initiative. Unfortunately, losing a couple of cav there to the stakes, but you know, what can you do? Mission accomplished though. He's broken the last of the Denmark forces. So what's a fight to the end? We've got a couple of Polska units here and a couple of French units against 3 Prussian units. Make that 5 Polska units there. Okay. England has 2 units over here that can move to outflank the Polskans. They're going to kill a couple. There's their retreat, probably. What's going on over here? Okay, Spain's moved up again.
Our men are running, sir.
He sent in 3 Spanish units here. Maybe to take the house, maybe to try and blob up the French forces here. It seems to have worked. I've seen a lot of French troops go down to their fire. Okay, they broke those units here. They've still got to retake the house. They've got the men to do it. They seem to keep sending in troops after troops after troops until they capture the house. They can wear down the men inside it. And obviously, I think a close quarter combat engagement is the way to go. Take that house. France is getting out of there. I think that probably would be a mistake. They'll get far more kills by staying in the house. They're losing men fast. Well, Spain might turn his attention to the house after these kill these 3 French units here. They are completely surrounded. Still waiting on that Spanish unit to our left here to fire. $44, 45, 26. Oh, they've still got to take the house. Need to send in more reinforcements. France will hold for now. England is running through the trees there. They're obviously running through the tree line and basically walking anyway. So is even the fastest cat is down to a trot. Or a very slow walk. Okay, taking the building. So there's one more unit here, 2 more units on the field. Got Napoleon in the distance. the artillery crews charging to their deaths, but you know, well done to them. That's valor right there. Pressure isn't giving them really a second thought. No, that's not going to work. Here we go. So you see how slow they move.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Okay, Napoleon's being wiped out here by a Prussian charge. I was going to say we're done, but blue players keep popping up. I thought they captured this house already. We've got a French unit here hiding in the trees. Spain's got to deal with that somehow. England's been able to take this house here in the distance. Alright, England has entered the house. I don't see any other blue blips on the map there. I think this is the final engagement. Polska holding on for now. More reinforcements coming in. Who's out there? That's a broken man. It's a fairly decent last stand from Polska's part. He's definitely killed a lot of English. Okay, they're taking the house. We are still not done. A blue blip has just appeared on the screen. It's another French unit. Preuisen cab moving in to finish off the last of the blue units. We think this time. That should be it. That's it. We got victory here. Well done to Johnny the Bouffon. We've got 1583, Paranoid 898, Nash 22 1548, SniperSmithuk 885. Unlucky there to fork number 2, I've got 917, Flux Plus 892, Opium Fields 1252, and Erich.Hartmman 723. Okay, kill counts here. Best units were the Voltarios on 121, Infantry 114, Burgos 107. And the Cavalier just got shy of 100 there. The rest of his units here range from 97 all the way down to nothing from the general unit there, who was providing emotional support, as Flyers would say. Alrighty, so if you want to see your own Napoleon Total War to replay featured here on this channel, you can send them once again to my email at scoutsofentertainment@gmail.com. You can send them to me directly on the Discord via direct message using my Discord ID. You can join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post your Total War replays into the Battle Replay sub-channel you will find there, or tag me in any Napoleon Total War 3 replay you post on the Napoleon Total War Discord as well. This is Micka on behalf of Scouts Entertainment signing off. Goodbye my fellow Scouts. Catch you in the next Total War battle.